Hello, everyone. I think the live stream has started. 皆さん、こんにちは, and welcome to Shogo's podcast Night Chat. This is the second time I'm doing this. Let me just double check if it's working. Let me see. Yes, I think you can hear me. Yep. And as I've written in the title, actually, from the last podcast live stream and also the last weekly training live stream we did on our main channel, we actually started using a new camera and also a new microphone, which I'm using right now, actually. But I think it was probably because of the network, the video itself, the quality of the sound and everything was actually worse than before. We got all the new equipment to make it better, but it actually got a little bit worse. So we looked some information up. Actually, Harumi did that for me, and we found out it's probably the network's fault. Yes. So we quit using Wi-Fi like usual, and we actually bought a new cord so we can plug in the internet directly into my computer, and that's what I'm doing right now. And it seems the speed on that the internet can work is actually almost about 8 times faster or something like that using the cord. So I hope this is a lot better. Yes, if it's not, well, actually, I think you probably need to see the screen in order to be able to see actually if it's better or not. But yeah, but for now, the sound right now, I'm using a microphone. I have a microphone right in front of me. I hope it's working. It still does have sometimes it does still crack a little bit. Yes. But I hope it's a little bit better though. As I'm a kind of person who, I think most, I guess I could say boys would be really interested in all these, machinery, right? They can have microphones and cameras and such, like my friend Kazu, our team member, he really loves cameras and microphones and such. But me, I'm like, if we can keep it as simple, if we can keep it simple, that's like the best, from my point of view. So it took me a while for me to finally get really, should I say, interested, I guess, into doing this. Before that, I was just a little bit, too busy going all over the place. But finally, I have, of course, financially too, enough money to buy all the cameras and such too. So, just still doing a lot of experience, I guess you could say. I hope you can help me out here too. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for all of your comments already. Okay, hello Shogo. Hello, how are you? Hey, hello Sia. Hello. We can hear you, Shogo-san. Konbanwa, konbanwa. Good morning for you. Exactly. I named this night chat because it is right now it's 10 p.m. Yes, in Japan time. So it is definitely nighttime for me on this side of the on Earth. But yeah, I thought it would be quite early for many of you, maybe. Yes. But I guess I could say that the mode I'm in when I talk is definitely at the end of the day. So I think yeah, you're saying yeah, for me it's afternoon chat, right? Yes. Yeah, but I guess the morning I do Instagram live streams and the what should I say? My attitude, not attitude, but how I am, in the morning and at night will definitely be different, right? So for me, it definitely is a night chat, a little bit more relaxed, I guess, a little bit slow. Yes, just wanted to talk about everything that happened this week and such. So and I think Elisa was asking me. I thought it was an hour later. Yes, exactly. I originally set this for 11:30. I'm really sorry. I changed it just about 3 hours ago, actually. I have a very, very important video filming tomorrow. I actually had to film 3 videos tomorrow. Yes. So I just wanted to get some extra sleep. Yes, and I know if I started at 11:30 like I did last week, I'm definitely going to be sleeping at around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. like I always do. So I really do want to be in my bed at around midnight today. So I'm really sorry I suddenly changed the time. I thought of making maybe a post on my podcast channel, but I don't want to. I didn't want to fill up your feed or anything. So yeah, thank you so much for understanding. Yes. All right. So yeah, it's great everyone's exchanging comments through messages through the comments. Yes. So yeah, so I was gonna be taking a look at some of the videos I've posted this week and talk a little bit about the things that last week I actually wasn't able to talk about any of the videos I posted that week. So I think I will go a week back. So this week we posted one, two, three, four videos actually. Yes. And the first video was actually Kendo Jukendo. Yes. If you guys are already saw that video. Yes. Kendo Jukendo. So I actually do not have I've never actually trained in Kendo or Jukendo before. Yes. But I really was interested. I got interested again as I explained in the video. Jukendo became one of the martial arts that could be chosen as a martial art that could be taught at middle school from 2017, right? Yes. So that got me interested. I mean, everything else like sumo, karate, aikido, shorinji kempo, or kendo, and so on and so forth, these martial arts I already knew of. Like what kind of martial art it is, how you train it in, such, the concept and everything. But I didn't know too much about Jukendo, and it was on the list of the 13 other martial arts, right? So, no, not 13, sorry, 9, I think it was. 9? Yeah, 9 martial arts, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I really need to study, more about this. And then I found out about all the debates that were going on in Japan, and I thought it'd be a great occasion for me to make a video, yes, about Jukendo, and that'll be a great chance for me to study more about it. So, yeah, so Kendo, I don't literally train in myself, but I have a lot of friends who do, and I've definitely done a lot of studying about it because Iaido, the katana martial art that I do, belongs to the same federation, All Japan Kendo Federation. Iaido Club is where Iaido belongs to, so we do have a lot on very deep relationship. Kendo and Jukendo. Sorry, Kendo and Iaido. Well, Kendo and Jukendo has a very deep relationship too, but yes. But what I train in also has deep relationships. So yeah, so Kendo I knew about, but Jukendo I definitely did not. Yes. And although I see, I guess I could say more negative comments towards Jukendo, if you look up in Japanese, in general you see more negative comments. But I as I said in the end of the video, studying more about it, I just really wanted to meet the people who actually train in it, their mindsets and their purposes for training. Yes. And it was really interesting to read the comments of that video and everyone's saying that how it was in the past really doesn't matter that much. I really saw more of those comments actually. So yeah, so Japan shouldn't really what should I say, worry too much about what the purpose was in the past. If you haven't watched the video before yet, by the way, Jukendo was a martial art that was created at the timing when Japan westernized and also militarized, in the end of the 20th century. Those are the eras when Jukendo was born. So some of the Japanese people say that trying to teach students or kids such a martial art is almost like you are saying that well, it's almost like you're trying to remember the time period when many people point out that is time that we should study about as something that we need to you know something that we did wrong, I guess, or something that we need to fix or revise. So yeah, anyways, it was really interesting how from different points of cultures, different points of views from different cultures, there you go, the value source martial arts are completely different. So that was really, really interesting. Yes. All right. Hello, David. Yes. 9 a.m. for me. That's morning then. Yes. I actually have to watch that video. Please, please, if you have the time. Yep. I was just starting to watch the Kembu video. Oh, thank you very much. I feel embarrassed to say I'd never heard of it, but I love what I saw thus far. Thank you. The chat is a lot more quiet than I'm used to. Yeah, the sub channel only has 1,800 subscribers so far, and I've been what should I say? I always say, but I don't really what should I say? Don't want that many subscribers on my sub channel. I really want this channel to be a place where I can say whatever I want to. Yes, anything that's on my mind freely. Any basically sometimes negative things too, like complaints towards the world of Iaido or martial arts or traditional culture or things that I really feel that Japan needs to change. I have because I'm a person trying to fight and make change. I just feel I sometimes of course feel frustration towards the things that take so much time to change and such. So the sub channel, I really want to play. I want it to keep it a place where I can be myself and say the things that I want to. And especially these night chat live streams weekly. It's really good for me. It's different from the morning live streams. I don't show my face, and the morning live streams are more of reading the comments and also, introducing the book that I'm reading at the moment, right? Yes, but I just want this night chat to be occasion for me to just really relax and enjoy talking with you, and I don't what should I say? I don't need 100 people listen to me. I just want people who I can call a friend. Yes, which are you guys? Yes, where I can relax and talk. So the sub channel, I'm not intending on promoting that much at all. Actually, yes. So the video was it Tomoko's first time using a katana or the last Kyoto Gem series? On the last Kyoto Hidden Gem series, the Kenbu Theater, right? Yes, it was the first time Tomoko used the sword. I think it was actually the first time for her to put a obi belt around her waist at that position. In that video, Tomoko was explaining that the obi for a woman should be around the stomach, right? Yes, and she has done Budo martial arts before, but what she has done is actually Kudo, which is the archery, right? Japanese traditional archery. And in Kudo, the woman actually tie the obi around their stomach, just like you would in a regular kimono, yes, because you never put a sword through your waist, right? Yes. So it was her first time, putting the obi at her waist height in the first place. So it was actually a really new experience for her. But I think as a friend, she did a really good job. If you've seen the video, at the end of the video, we actually get to do a full Kembu dance, katana dance. The one that the lesson itself was just like an hour or so, but yeah, we were able to do a full dance at the end, and I think Tomoko did a really, really good job. She didn't like completely stop at any point. The sheathing, of course, is very difficult for a beginner. Yeah, it's on your first day, but I think she still did a really, really good job. So, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. Good evening from Kyoto. hmm There we go. Shogo, do you know of any places to train Iaido in Hiroshima? I'm moving there hopefully in the near future. I actually do not know any places you can train Iaido in Hiroshima. Since I was 18 years old, I came out to Kyoto actually. So I was born in Kyoto. My mother is from Kyoto, and my mother's family are all from Kyoto. But once I went to the US for 6 years, I came back to Japan. I went to Hiroshima from there. So from 11 years old to the end of high school, I was in Hiroshima, but that is only about 6 years in my life, 6, 7 years. Yes. And from there, from 18, I'm 27 right now. From 9 years, I've been living in Kyoto. Yes. So most of my life, I've actually been living in Kyoto longer. Yes. And when you're, middle school, high school student, you don't know too much about your city, if that makes sense. This is something that happens to a lot of Japanese students actually. But because even though you grew up in that city, like for example, for me, Hiroshima, because you're a high school student, there's not much you can do, right? So you tend to know more about the city where you went to university in. Is this something that you would agree with me? So for example, for me, I did not spend, I spent my childhood mostly in Hiroshima, but I know much more about Kyoto because, becoming a university student, there's a lot more you can do. You're living on your own. You have more free time. You have more money because you work part-time jobs or anything, and you can drink alcohol or things like that. the things that you can do, you're free to do more things because you're an adult now, right? So I definitely know a lot more about Kyoto than I know about Hiroshima. But Kazu though is born and brought up in Hiroshima, and he went to university in Hiroshima, and he's working in Hiroshima. So if you'd like to know anything about Hiroshima, I think I could ask Kazu. But Iaido though, he doesn't train in Iaido, so it's a little bit difficult. What's their name? Eijaz. If you could send me a DM through Instagram, by the way, or have you already? If you haven't yet, if you can send me a DM, I actually do know a really good website where they have a list of the Iaido dojos all over Japan. So I'll definitely love to share that link with you. Actually, it's in Japanese, so you would have to be able to read that. But to be honest, you would have to be able to read on simple Japanese to be able to communicate with the people at the dojo, anyways. So I think it would be necessary. Yes. Would you ever do a video on Jodo? I would love to do it actually. Jodo is the what's that word again? I always tend to say cane because Jo literally means cane. Yes. But it is the not the stick. Oh, what's that word again, guys? Well, how do you translate it in English? I always forget. Staff. Is it the staff martial art you guys call it? Yes. I would love to talk about Jodo. Earlier, I said that Iaido belongs to the All Japan Kendo Federation, right? And All Japan Kendo Federation includes Kendo, of course, and then you have Iaido, but the third martial art is actually Jodo. Yes, the short staff. Yes. So I would love to actually do more about Jodo. Or actually, I really want to train in Jodo myself. Is actually the if I were to be able to do another martial art, a Budo martial art, that's actually definitely would be Jodo. Yes. One of the Kenjutsu masters that I've met before that have taught me Kenjutsu before in the past, he said that probably the strongest weapon in Japan that was ever used in Japan is probably the Joel, which is the short staff. Yes. And I was really surprised because, it doesn't even have a blade on it. It's on, well, of course, it is a long stick, but, you know, it's not. It's not a blade at all, right? But after you start learning Kenjutsu and actually start using the swords to do combat with someone, you realize that the Jo is really, really strong because because it doesn't have a blade. You can simply switch where you hold anytime, right? So it means that. For example, a sword. I'm sorry, this is really, how should I say, something that only Budo martial art trainees might understand. I'm sorry, but I'll just explain this and I'll move on. So, for example, a katana, if you train in Kenjutsu, you'll immediately realize when you try to attack someone, you need to swing, right? You swing, you thrust, and then that's it. Your turn is over because if you try to swing your sword up from there to attack next, you will be attacked at that timing. Yes. So there will be this lag there that you'll be attacked, you'll be vulnerable, right? But the Joe, the short staff, that never happens because you attack, right? For example, you thrust or stab trying to attack. You just have to flip over your hand and then you can attack again. And then you flip over your hand and you can attack again. And your attack can be non-stop actually, and of course it doesn't have a blade so you can't cut anyone. Yes, but if it was a real fight, you'll be hitting someone by the chin with a staff, for example, would definitely be able to be enough to stop him from attacking you. Yes, so learning Kenjutsu really helped me to understand how strong the Joe is or Joe could be. Yes. So I have been really, really interested in practicing Jodo actually. But there's actually in Kyoto City, there's only one place where you can train Jodo because even I think most Japanese people probably don't know about Jodo actually. It's one of the very, very minor martial arts, yes. I don't want to be in what should I say, rude or anything, but as a fact, it is definitely a minor martial art. So I really do want to train, but if I try to go there, it takes a really, really long time for me to get to the dojo. So maybe if I ever move somewhere near the area, I might be able to, but maybe not so soon in the future. Yes. All right, Alicia, I love to see her there too. And at the Kambu Theater, right? Yes, I think Tomoko did a really good job. Yes. All right. David, I heard on the news that Kyoto will be allowing extended restaurant hours. This is good news, I think. Yes, exactly. I think Kyoto already has, or I don't usually eat out that much. I'm always at my home doing my job. So, but one thing is that we provide alcohol, I think, in Kyoto now. Yes, that's one big change because most izakayas, restaurants, nowhere provided any alcohol for a really long time during the period of um, state of emergency. During the state of emergency, so yeah, definitely the atmosphere of the cities are changing. Yes, and that's a good thing. And the number of infected people, affected, what should I say? Infected people. The news would say like this many people got affected by the COVID-19 or Delta or something like that. The numbers are getting smaller and smaller everywhere in Japan recently, so that's really good news for me. Yes, and for Japan, whole Japan actually. Yes. Mm-hmm. Japan is my only dream, okay? I make every possible attempt to achieve my goal. According to my mind, I think Kyoto is a beautiful heaven. Kyoto is a very beautiful place. Yes. I've been making videos talking about why Japan hates Kyoto or the tiresome rules in Kyoto and all these videos. But of course, these are facts. I'm not lying to anyone. These things exist. The local rules that are quite traditional and sometimes they're tiresome. They do exist. Sometimes some people will require you to do it in some occasions. Yes, but most of the time, for example, if you have your own business or if you work at a good company, Kyoto is just simply a really, really nice place to live in. You take a train ride, 15 minutes, you get to see all the beautiful temples and shrines, the nature, history, culture, everything is here. But of course, we have the bigger cities in those areas too. So there are places where you can just enjoy the entertainment. It's not that big compared to Osaka or Tokyo, but there are some nightlife too, which I don't usually go to. But people talk about that, so I always introduce. So Kyoto does have these places too. So overall, just Kyoto is like really really good, I think. And also another thing, um a lot of people don't know, but Kyoto actually is considered the youngest city in Japan. And that's because Kyoto actually has the most number of university students compared to all of the other prefectures in Japan. Out of all 47 prefectures in Japan, Kyoto has the most number of university students, actually. So which I said, the cities are really energetic. When you have younger people in a city, of course, what should I say? It just, yeah, I guess the atmosphere is brighter, younger, more energetic. I personally like that kind of atmosphere. So, Kyoto is a really good balance of the traditional side, but also the young power, and such. So, I just really, really enjoy living in Kyoto a lot. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy to receive so much comments from you, everyone. Thank you. Shogi. Penguin, why are you trying to call me Shogi, by the way? Or are you talking about literally the Shogi? Yes. Sorry, I don't know whether I misheard, but did you say judo or jodo? I was talking about jodo the other earlier. Yes. Me too. I was hoping they'd have jodo lessons, but it looks like the New York Budo Academy closed. Oh, really? Yeah, jodo very, very what should I say? The population, the people who can teach it properly, I think it's very rare, I would say. I pressed I instead of O. No conspiracies. Because shogi is a board game, a traditional board game in Japan. So that is something, by the way. Yes. Hmm. Just wondering, is there any Budo that practices the Japanese axe? Oh no. Um, as far as I know of, no. Maybe it does exist somewhere. I mean, some of the kobujutsu, which are considered the ancient bujutsu. sometimes they use very, very special weapons. So there might be, but it's definitely not common. I've done, of course, in order to make my videos, I've done quite a lot of studying, I think, but I've never seen any martial arts that uses the Ono. Yes. I think for most of Japanese history, I think it wasn't considered such an effective weapon. There is the kama, which is the what's the word? It's the weapons that the ninja used as well. They're considered. Hold on, let me look it up, guys. What's the word? Kama. Um, spear with curved cross blades. Yeah, something like that. And then when the ninjas used it, they attached a long chain and also a weight on the end. I think you probably know what I'm talking about now. It says, was it sickle and chain? It says, yeah. Is that yeah a sickle? Okay, good. That's good. Okay, that is the right word then. Yeah. So I've read a lot of studies where they talk about the sickles and such, but not too much of the ono actually. Hmm. I would definitely want to study more about yeah the ancient martial arts too. I just really wish that COVID would end as soon as possible so I can actually, visit these dojos and actually go and talk with them. There are actually a few dojos that I'm already talking with, especially there is actually a dojo in Kyoto where they teach the Niten Ichiryu, which is the Ryuha style for Yaido that Miyamoto Musashi started, right? Yes, there's actually a dojo in Kyoto. I actually am acquaintances with the person who used to train there. Yes. So I'm asking him if he can connect me to the dojo and if we could possibly do like not an interview, I guess kind of be a visit to the dojo and kind of see what kind of training they're doing and such. So I really want to do that. Yes. But yeah, maybe sometime a little bit later. It's really difficult right now. Some people are like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but some people are quite concerned about it still. It's really up to the person, right? So I don't want to be rude to anyone. So I guess I'm still kind of waiting a little bit for the timing. Yes. But until then, meanwhile, there's still a lot to do. Yes. So I'm not being bored or anything. So yes. Okay. So let me take a look. I need an extra iPhone here actually. What were some of the other videos that we posted after Kendo Jukendo? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Finally found my own channel. All right. Oh yeah, exactly. The video we had posted after that was the Nikuya Kinoe. Yeah, exactly. It was the Kyoto Hidden Gem series. It was on Harumi, our second daughter, and I went to the very special private yakiniku restaurant, Wagyu yakiniku restaurant in Kyoto. It was an awesome experience. I explained a lot about the good parts about the restaurant in the video too, but not just that the food is great, but the atmosphere is really luxurious and also the people there were super super kind. And I really love the concept how what should I say? That they only allow 4 groups a day. Yes. I just because if you guys remember, I used to run a restaurant myself, right? Yes. And when a restaurant, wants more money, wants to make more money, they try to accept as many guests as possible. You just want to, bring them in, let them eat something, kick them out basically. Yes. And bring in the new guests, they'll order more, you'll get more money kind of thing, right? But clearly saying that we only accept 4 guests a day. The restaurant, by the way, was like that. Yes, clearly stating, make a declaration saying that we only accept 4 groups a day. I think is really brave. I think there must be a lot of risks on doing that. Because I'm pretty sure there are timings when there's more people. There are times when more people want to come and there's times that there will be less guests, depending on the seasons and such, but they still have the same rule of only accepting 4 groups a day. And that means and there was actually only 4 rooms. So that means if they all come at the same timing, they just let them be there until the closing time. You could be there, for example, and no one would rush you. Yes. So I think that was probably like the best part. Yes. That was very really, really unique. Yeah. Not just that it's like, Wagyu restaurant and then it's the food is great and such, but you know, even not talking about that, I thought the restaurant and the concept was really, really cool. Yes. So I really recommend it if you have the chance to go to there too. And after that, oh, Penguin, you're saying rewatching your stuff, I'm still a bit surprised about your restraint with bullying. Oh, my own experience, you mean? Yeah. My Yeah, because I'm a returnee, when I was in elementary school, I did experience a little bit, well, a little bit, well, I guess I could say, yeah, fair amount of bullying. Just fair amount. That sounds a little bit weird, but yeah, I did experience some bullying, though. Yeah, um, the Japanese society can be very exclusive sometimes. Sometimes, yeah, I guess I can say sometimes now. Yeah, and especially when you're an elementary school student, kids really don't know, don't understand that much about how others will feel, or it's not their fault. Having kids now, I completely understand that. For example, if my daughter accidentally, when she's moving around, or being excited and she accidentally hits, for example, my wife Harumi's eyes, and that hurts a lot, right? But she just can't say sorry because she just doesn't have that much experience of being hurt herself, that she doesn't understand what she did wrong. Yes. So now I'm like, at that time, I really felt like, ending my own life. Seriously, I did go through that once, but now looking back at it, I'm really lucky. Lucky, I guess. I guess I, because I can't change the past. I guess I'm looking back at it now. I can say that I was lucky to experience it. I have broader view towards life itself. I'm able to relate to people who've experienced bullying before. And yeah, it was something that I had to go through because I'm returning. It was different. I wasn't normal, but still, yeah. Looking back at it now, I'm really glad that I had that experience. Well, anything. Actually, I made a video talking about that in one of my podcasts in this channel. Actually, was my formal Kyoto instructor telling me that we can change the past by how we define it. Yes, and it's something that we often hear, but I really believe in it. I always say, no matter what I experienced in the past, I'm really all thankful for everything. Not just the experience of bullying. Maybe it was my parents getting divorced when I was in high school, or maybe losing my best friend, my only friend almost when I was at that age. He actually went to an ocean once with his friends to swim, and he drowned, and he died when he was 16 years old. And I had to go to his funeral when I was 16. And because, again, I was bullied at school, he was like my only friend that I had at school. And it was a very, very sad experience for me. I cried all night for like a few months straight. And even once I became an adult, like 20 something, there were some nights when I had too much alcohol, because of, 20, 21. There were some times that I experienced that too, drinking too much. I would sometimes start to cry, unintentionally. Sometimes I couldn't stop myself from doing it. And it was really sad. Very, very sad, of course. But still, I always, whenever I look back at the sad things, the tough times in life, I always say that, if I haven't experienced all of this, and if I wasn't the Shogo that I am now, I might have not been able to meet my wife Harumi and meet my best friends Kazu, Tomoko, and I probably wouldn't have been able to, of course, be able to meet my two daughters. Yes. And when I think of that, I'm like, yeah, I'm just really, really glad for everything that happened, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't experience all those things. And of course, mainly Harumi, my wife, really helped me to think that way. She saved my life basically. Yes. And that's the reason why, as I explained in the podcast, one of the really old ones, actually, like my third one I maybe, third, fourth one I made, I really agreed with my formal instructor, my Kyoto instructor, when he said that we can change the past because I actually done that before. Yes. So thank you so much for all of your comments, everyone. When I got bullied, my father recommended to be a man. So when I walked into school one day, I picked a proper rock and swing my bullying with it. Never ever got bullied again. Okay. Yeah, something similar happened with me too, right? Yes. hmm Having some experience with bullying myself, I'm just glad they were able to get through it, Shogo-san. Yep, 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 for sure. hmm Man, bullying was harsh here. Even when you stood up for yourself and beat up your bully, they'd relate by jumping you or were literally trying to kill you. Oh, that is very, very scary. Yeah, that fortunately for me, that didn't happen for me as an experience, but yeah. Yeah, it was look back at it now, I guess. It definitely changed me, made me stronger. So, yes. All right. So it's been about 30 minutes. I guess I will get going. Yes. And how is the sound quality for everyone so far, by the way? I just want to quickly go through the two other videos that I posted this week, but we are there for you, Itsumo. Thank you so much. You're so kind. And by the way, so because think in this way my whole life, I'm just always happy. By the way, I'm really happy when everyone asks me like, "How are you today, Shogo?" And I know it's just a greeting, right? But I'm always like, I'm just always happy. Yes, of course. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes sometimes I'm a little bit mentally down. Of course, I'm a human being. But overall, when I look at my life from a higher point of view, I guess you could say, I'm just always happy. Life has always been great, and it'll always be great. Yes. The sound is okay? Oh, perfect. Oh, right. I'm really glad I bought this microphone then. It was a pretty good one actually. It was really recommended by a lot of YouTubers. So perfect. Then the last two ones, we actually talked a lot about the video that we posted yesterday about the Kembu Theater. It was really fun. Especially because I train in swords, Iaido, and I also do the No Theater and the dancing. The Kembu was like right in the mixture of, I guess, the katana, also the no theater kind of dancing, and also the Japanese traditional dancing, the Nihonbyo, the one that Harumi does. It was like right in the middle there, actually. So it was really fun seeing like, oh, this aspect is probably from katana, or like this characteristic is probably taken from no theater, and it was really, really fun. Yes. They actually have a like this three-day program where you stay in the Kambu Theater. Well, not like you don't actually literally stay in there, but you do like this 3 day session with them, and you'll be able to do a much longer piece on your own at the very end. So I'm actually really interested in it. I said in the end of the video, but I'm friends with the president there, president of Kambu Theater, and I asked her about if I can make a video of the 3 day session. But she said that the 3 day session is actually pretty, what should I say, not much of entertainment, but really pretty serious training. Yes. So she said that it might not be such a good video. I think that's probably just an excuse to say no. Yeah. I think she wants to keep the 3 day session as something really serious. Yes. But they do have it, and I would really want to go, just for the experience and not any video filming actually. I would love to know more about the world of Kambu. Yes. Compared to, of course, the other traditional cultures, Kembu theater began at the end of the Edo period. So, of course, it doesn't have a really, really long history compared to other things, but still, I think it's really unique and fun to learn about. So, I would definitely like to do that sometime. Yes. It's a good thing that you have positive feelings, Shogo. It's something good. Yes, that's right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for videos, Shogo. Thank you so much for coming. Yes. All right. And lastly, on the common video I made, the family crafts video, our team, we were really surprised. That video actually got a lot of views. Yes. We really weren't expecting anything. I personally love common actually, of course, because I love samurai. And I really, really like it myself, but, making a video about it, I've never made a video about common family crests in the past before, and I didn't know what everyone would think, yes, but I was very surprised. It was actually out of the few videos that we posted in the past, actually, got a lot of views, the most number of views, actually, so I was very happy to know that everyone's interested. I mean, Common and family crests, I think are really cool. Each common would have a meaning, and it also has a history. It's also connected to your favorite samurai if you have a favorite samurai warlord, in the Sengoku period and such. And it's just great. It's like a design that you can put in anything, right? Like in a logo of your company or a group or anything. So I think Kamon are super cool. And yeah, one thing I wanted to tell you guys before I go today. A lot of people have been telling me on is there like any way you can make like a custom Kamon, like a Kamon of your own? I think yes, there will be in Japan if you wanted to do that. There are some I think some companies that could do that for you. Probably they don't have any English on it. I did some research, but no, unfortunately. Or you could directly contact a designer yourself and ask him or her to make a couple for you. And the thing that I wanted to talk about on to say is that that's actually exactly what we are intending to do in the future. I might have told said this before in one of my past videos, I think. I probably have, but what I want to do after I achieve the million subscriber goal I have right now on my main channel, I actually want to open up an online shop where we will be selling traditional craftswork. Like I have some connections with people who, for example, make katana, people who make kimono, people who dye kimono, people who make the utensils for tea ceremony. These people have a very hard time selling their goods because the traditional culture itself are gradually declining, disappearing, and such. Yes, and also because there are craftsmen, they're more focused on their work and less of the marketing and selling and things like that. Those aspects. But at the same time, there are so many people who are interested in buying these things. There's just simply no bridge there. There's no connections. So in the future, I want to be able to collaborate with these craftsmen, these workplaces or these companies, and basically we will be able to sell them through our logo. Yes, and that's going to be actually common design actually we're hoping to make yes in the future. And of course Harumi is a designer, so we're going to be asking her to do it in the future, but that's going to be really, really cool. Yes, because even if you wanted something traditional like katana or kimono or tea utensils, if you really didn't know who to trust, it's really scary to buy something really expensive, right? Yes. So in the future, I think I would be the guarantee, by the way, if that makes sense. Yes, I will guarantee I'll be selling the things that I can guarantee the quality. Yes, you can trust on me, right? Yes. So in the future, I want to be able to do it. And right now, my members on my main channel, the member Mark is my real family crest, which is the Wisteria Sagarifuji, actually. Yes. But in the future, I think I'll be changing that too into our unique come on. We don't know what we're going to be doing yet. It's going to be if it's going to be based on a plant or a flower or animal or insect or we don't know yet anything actually. But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that in the future. Right now though, we're of course still focused on our million subscriber goal, but yeah, we're really, really hoping to do that in the future. Yes. All right, then thank you so much. Thought this started at 11:30 p.m. I'm very, very sorry. I actually changed the time myself. I have to shoot about 3 videos tomorrow, and I noticed I should get some extra sleep actually. Yes. Mhm. You need to make a video on few very popular topics to increase average viewer count. Thank you for advice. I'll do my best, yes. We're taking a look at all of the data and we have a we have a lot of things in mind. But of course we only have one body each, my team members, so yeah, we'll do our best. But there's a lot of things that we haven't been able to what should I say, actually do yet. The things that are on our mind, but we haven't been able to do. So, anyways, I hope you can look forward to our next new videos coming out. And then by the next time we do this live stream on podcast, I think there'll be more. I think about 3 or 4 more videos um, by the time we go, by the time we do the next live stream. So we can look forward to that. Yes. Okay. It has to be increased. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. All right, then thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'll be seeing you next week. And also at the end of the week, this week too, for the weekly live stream. For now, I'm planning on doing my Iaido, actually. I think I'll be comparing the Seitei Iai and also the Koryu Iai, the ones that are unique to my Duha, my live stream. So I hope you can look forward to that. If anything happens, I might change it, but so far I'll be doing Iaido. So I'll see you at the end of next this week on Sunday night. Yes, in Japan time. So thanks so much, everyone, and good night from Kyoto. And if it's morning time or daytime, have a good day. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye bye. Goodbye.